The fallout from Border Wars continues, and we've got the latest news here tonight inside Ring of Honor. Both the Briscoes and wrestling's greatest tag team agreed to a fight without honor in Toronto, an agreement that both teams would do anything to win. But Charlie Haas stooped to a new level, lacking in honor, when he literally drugged Mark Briscoe, used an ether-based substance to render him unconscious. The only thing worse than the act was Haas's explanation of what really happened.
You know what the problem with Toronto was? It was Mark Briscoe. He had so much chicken grease all over him, I couldn't get a hold of him. That's why it took us so long in order for me to put that sleeper on him. See, I came up with a solution. I grabbed a towel and some disinfectant, and I wiped him clean. And then I choked him out.
With that defeat, the Briscoes will not be given another shot at Haas and Benjamin with the titles on the line. A bad break for Mark and Jay. But the All Night Express plan to pose a problem for the champs in New York City.
The All Night Express, the guys who supposed to have been the champions already. Supposed to, according to who? Your 4 or 5 Twitter followers? Rhett Titus says his knee injury is what derailed them from being the tag team champions. Your knee had nothing to do with it. The All Night Express was always a lame team. At best in the world, there can only be one team that can be called best in the world. And it won't take us all night to prove it.
Another athlete red hot coming out of Toronto, Jay Lethal. He ended Tommaso Ciampa's record unbeaten streak and now wants a shot at regaining the TV title from Roderick Strong.
You know, it took two people to cause me to lose my Ring of Honor television championship. Roderick Strong and Tommaso Ciampa. Well, one down and one to go, right? Because in Toronto, Canada, I took what Tommaso Ciampa held near and dear. And boy, did that feel good. I took his undefeated streak. And he went home crying like a little baby. So now there's only one left. Roddy, that's you, Roderick Strong. You are the last person left, and I'm coming for you, Roddy. So you better tell the truth, and Elgin, everybody backing you. Tell them to get ready, because Jay Lethal's coming for what's rightfully his, and I'm taking it. And if you ask Truth Martini, he'll tell you that even that's the truth.
And Tommaso Ciampa is not taking this loss well at all. Sources say he is demanding that the embassy get him another match with Lethal, and Lethal is demanding a match with Strong for the TV title. We hope to sign one or the other for next week. Meanwhile, the Belfast bruiser Fit Finlay lost his bid for the World TV title against Roderick Strong, but has gotten right back in the game by signing to face unbreakable Michael Elgin at Best in the World. Hostage Crisis, Sunday, June 24th in New York City. Finlay has no love for the House of Truth.
You know, it's not really about the destination. It's about the journey and what you do in that journey. So, Mike Elgin, 24th of June, right there in New York City, in the Hammerstein Ballroom. This is going to be a test that you may not pass, because I'm coming to test who you really are.
And finally, more on Eddie Edwards' strategy to stay in the title picture and force ROH officials to give him a match against Kevin Steen. It's the Die Hard Challenge Series. Eddie has challenged a number of former world champions. The first was former ECW champion Rhino in Toronto. He won that one and is now scheduled to face former ROH world champ Homicide in New York, June 24th. But the biggest of the series takes place next week here on TV, Richards Edwards 4.
Now, I'm not trying to kick an old friend when he's down. I take no pleasure in the fact that Davey lost in Toronto, even if we're not the brothers that we once were. But if I beat Davey next week, if I beat Homicide in New York City, you add that to me beating Rhino in Toronto, I will be the #1 contender. I say this to you, Davey. You've had your chance. Now it's my chance, and I will show the wolf how to hunt.
Join us next week here on Ring of Honor Wrestling. For the first time ever on broadcast television, Davey Richards versus Eddie Edwards. Plus, more news on Best in the World, Hostage Crisis, Sunday, June 24th on pay-per-view on ROHWrestling.com. That's next week inside Ring of Honor.